Welcome everyone to another hotel review. I'm your hotel critic Caleb Kent, and I'm a multi-hobbyist here on YouTube. And in this review, I will be covering Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. I got to stay at this property during the first half of July, and here are my thoughts. Before we get started, here are some fun facts about the property. It has 972 rooms, it is 75 acres in size, and has over 30 species of animals. The theme of the property is inspired after savannas in Africa, and with its animal wildlife preserves and the architecture modeled after traditional African kraal, this resort encaptures the spirit and culture of Africa. And Disney really pulled that off fantastically. From the nature scenery all around the property to the African designs inside and out, there is no doubt that you will feel like you are actually in Africa. And in case the animal exhibits didn't make that obvious enough, the attention to detail here is astonishing and one of the best I've seen so far. Before I dive into it all, I want to point out that I will only be talking about the main lodge property at Jambo House, as there are two Disney Vacation Club properties here at this resort. One is for the villas at Jambo House, and the other is for the villas at Kidani Village, which is its own separate building. I'll review them another time, most likely not for a while, but this video will only be focusing on the resort's main property. Now, let's get right into it all. When you arrive at the front of the lobby, you will instantly be immersed into the theme thanks to the African design structure hovering over the driveway to the lobby. And like I said earlier, the attention to detail with the aspects of Africa is done very well. So well that even the parking lot looks immersed into Africa thanks to the surrounding trees. So if you actually book a parking lot view room, it shouldn't be too bad because the trees make the parking lot look at least a little nicer to see out. It really shows how well immersed this resort is with the theme of Africa. And when you walk into the hotel lobby, the immersion is really going to settle in. You're going to find yourself captivated by the architecture and design of the lobby. When you check in, you'll see framed pictures of animals on the concierge walls and beautifully decorated lamps and wallpaper. And as you explore around the lobby, you'll really take in the vibe of the place. This property has one of the largest collections of African art outside the continent of Africa, and that's especially the case in the lobby, as there are many glass-covered displays of artifacts and pieces of art to look at. And this piece is especially very cool. You can also spot some in the hallways and in this hangout area. And did I forget to mention that this lodge has one of the nicest atriums that I've seen? There are carved wood poles, African-style chandeliers, animal designs on some of the railings, and there's a bridge on level 5 with pleasant views of the lodge, which is one of the neatest additions here. There are actually many additions in this lobby that really help set the mood to help make your experience here special, and that even extends into the gift shop. I just can't put to words how impressive the interior is for this place. It really is that amazing. Especially the tall window in the back giving you a great view of the Arusha Savannah from the lobby. Now, you might have been puzzled when I said that the bridge in the lobby is on level 5, because the lobby is on level 3. When you take the stairs down from the back of the lobby, you end up on level 2 in front of that large window. Walking outside the door from the large window, you find yourself in the Arusha Rock Savannah overlook. First, over on your right is a campfire, and then as you continue walking, you'll find observation points of the Arusha Savannah. You get some views of the lodge building around, but it's all about the animals when it comes to the overlook. And this is also where you get a good feel of the property and what it aims to immerse you in. I want to compliment that this specific overlook has really well done rock work. It really does make you feel like you are in an African safari. There's also an outside sit-down area from the lobby level where you can get other good viewpoints of the Arusha Savannah. This lodge is quite literally a luxurious and adventurous zoo experience. Like I said earlier, there are more than 30 species of animals here. I wasn't able to see all of them, but I did manage to get shots of some of them. But for those interested, the resort has giraffes, flamingos, zebras, antelopes, and many more. And if you really want to see the animals closer, the resort offers private safari tours at nighttime to see them right there in their exhibits. I've heard it's good, but it's not exactly cheap. There was also the Wanyama safari and dining experience, but last I checked, it's currently not in operation. But that should not stop you from enjoying seeing the animals here. There's a bunch of other observation points in the lodge for the Savannas. Remember that hangout area I mentioned earlier? That has an overlook of part of the Sunset Savannah. It's too bad I didn't see any animals there though. There's a few other observation points around the shoeing part of the lodge building, and you can also see the Savannas at some points from the hallway windows. And then there's an overlook for the Uzima Savannah, located next to the pool area. Speaking of the pool, if you take yourself down to level 1, you will find your way to the lodge's Uzima pool, and this is a very beautifully and well decorated pool. A huge reason for this is because of the trees and bushes surrounding the area, but it's also the scenery such as the rock work, walkways, and fencing designs. It actually reminds me of the pool at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa at the Disneyland Resort in Anaheim, California. Also, aside from one of the restaurants here are water fountains that lead down to a river ending up into the pool. Now that's a nice touch. And this pool is just picturesque. It's quite big and spacious, there's a water slide, it looks spectacular with the lodge surrounding it. I really don't know what else to say, it's just an extremely well done pool area. There's also 2 hot tubs to chill in as well. I just realized that sentence sounds ironic. Other recreational activities here include movies under the stars, a playground, an arcade, and a painting experience. This resort is uniquely and extraordinarily different from all the hotels and resorts that I've been to, and it's absolutely breathtaking. No question, this place will make you feel connected with the spirit of Africa, as it was designed perfectly to make that the case. It's all just magnificent. You have a few options regarding dining here at the lodge. The mobile order restaurant, which is located near the pool, is known as the Mara, which has standard items, but also a few stuff that you won't find at the other properties. On level 2 and easily accessed from the lobby is Victoria Falls Lounge, which looks like a chill place to hang out at. Taking the stairs down to level 1, you'll find Boma Flavors of Africa, which serves breakfast and dinner. It seems nice, but it is a bit pricey. Right nearby is Cape Town Lounge and Wine Bar, and that looks like a neat time. There's also Uzima Springs Pool Bar, which is located right next to the pool. And finally, that restaurant next to the water fountains that lead to the pool is Jiko, the cooking place. A signature dinner experience that looks fancy and not as expensive as I imagine for the type of restaurant that it is. Might actually dine there if I come back sometime. Also, fun fact, it's where the painting experience is held. And those are your options. If the variety of options here lack in what you are seeking to dine at, then I'd recommend heading over to Disney Springs. The resort is located right by Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, so getting there will be rather quick. And to get there, as well as the other theme parks and Disney Springs, the resort offers Disney bus transportation to get you there. Despite the property being far out from everything when compared to the other properties, it doesn't really make much of a difference with how long it takes to get to where you need to be. Unless you're gonna be at Disney's Magic Kingdom, because that will take just a bit of extra time. But if you're going to be at Disney's Animal Kingdom, then it will be conveniently right over. Now it's onto the rooms. The amazing atmosphere of Africa extends from the lobby to the hallway to your room door that has an African carved wood piece on it. That alone is so neat. But it only gets better when you step inside your room, as you'll settle into a very detailed and lavish place to spend your stay here. The pieces of art, wood designs, Keller patterns, and the materials inside the room completely immerse you. The elegant and fascinating style of the room really is something uniquely different from the rooms at the other Disney resorts. Also, if you'll notice, there are nods to the 1994 animated film, The Lion King. The whole room is full of artistry and elements of African culture. You can see that with the lights, headboard, and curtains. Hidden Mickey! It truly is captivating and was done on an impressive level. There isn't as much detail in the bathroom with the shower, but it does have a zigzag pattern on the tile wall, and 2 shower heads. Plus, the sink area with the mirror has got some touches of design to it to complement the rest of the room. I don't know what else to say, this is just a really cool and lavish room to stay in. And to top it off, every room comes with a balcony. Most rooms here have views that overlook one of the Savannas, which is what I reserved. While it is the most expensive view to book, it will make your stay here as special as possible, because not every hotel has rooms with views of wild animal exhibits. I got a view of the Uzima Savanna where I spotted giraffes and antelopes. They weren't very present during the times I was filming, so I don't have much footage of the animals, but I've heard that they are more active early in the morning and in the evening. But all in all, the execution for the rooms here are extremely well done. The level of detail inside is miraculous, and it suspends you into the theme of the lodge, and you'll be excited to return to it after a long day at Disney. Luckily, I had no issues with this lodge during my stay here, so there is nothing bad for me to report on. However, I do want to say this. As lovely and as stunning as this resort is, it does feel a bit reserved and tucked away from the theme parks. But I would argue it works well for what this resort is. This lodge is meant to immerse you into an adventurous safari type of stay where you learn about the life of Africa, enjoy the sights of the animals, and take in the atmosphere of the savannah. It's all one whole experience to stay here. So one could easily just stay here as a getaway without visiting the theme parks and still have a splendid time. Here's another thing I want to say. In my review for Disney's Wilderness Lodge, @RichardBryce9542 commented and asked if I prefer that property over this one. And here's my answer. As spectacular and mesmerizing as this lodge is, I would actually prefer the Wilderness Lodge. But that's only because it's nostalgic for me, as it reminds me of the one destination I went for vacation the most growing up in Northern California, Lake Tahoe. But would I come back for another stay at this resort, even outside of the reason to review the villas? Absolutely. Plus, this lodge being a deluxe resort at Disney World, it's actually not as expensive as the rest can be. So for how phenomenal of a resort this place is, it's fantastic for what you're paying for at Disney World. To summarize it all, this resort is without a doubt one of the coolest places I've stayed at, and I look forward to coming back one day to make more memories here. In conclusion, if you are looking for a Disney World Resort property with elegance, graceful scenery, decorative architecture, and just a unique and delightful experience like no other, or if you really love animals and zoos, this will be a great choice. But if you want to be closer to the hub of Disney World or your budget is tighter, then I'd recommend looking into the other Disney Resort hotels here. I have seen how hard Disney can go with theming, but this lodge is without question one of the best I've seen. Everything from the nature scenery to the building to the interior to the savannas was executed tremendously well. This is a property that you should really consider staying at, especially if you love Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park and want the full experience of it. In total, I now have only 3 more properties to check off here at Disney World. And I plan to hopefully come back and review the villas both at Jambo House and Kidani Village. It was kind of a shame for me that I didn't see too many of the animals, but regardless of that, I got to see what this lodge is, what atmosphere it replicates, and what incredible things it has to offer as a resort. And all while it does all that, this property looks wondrously beautiful, both inside and out. And so, after everything I've said, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge gets a final score of 94 out of 100. Thank you for watching this hotel review, and I will catch you all next time. If you enjoyed this video, consider checking out other content that I've made, and don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, but only if you want to. Over and out.